With the Joyous Journeys buff, there's never been a better time to grind some XP and level your characters. Whether it's your first character or your 10th, now is the time to take advantage of that 50% XP bonus, which goes away when Wrath launches on September 26th. But if you're watching this video after that date, don't worry. There are plenty of tips in this video to help you level almost as fast as if you had that 50% XP buff. Wrath introduced so many amazing changes that make leveling much smoother and more convenient. So in this first section, I'm going to go over all the ways that leveling has improved in Wrath of the Lich King. New characters have been buffed to be stronger than ever before, with new, more powerful starting weapons, better health and mana regeneration. You know, if you found it ridiculous to play a caster early on because you run out of mana after you kill like 2 mobs, that isn't the case anymore. And the gameplay is much more fluid and consistent with less downtime. Many changes occurred to skill level requirements, many skills that brought massive leveling speed increases, like Aspect of the Cheetah, Ghost Wolf, and Travel Form are all made available at level 16. Previously, you had to be level 20 for Cheetah and Ghost Wolf, and level 30 for Travel Form. Crazy you can get that almost twice as fast. The mana-hungry shaman couldn't get Water Shield until level 62 in TBC, but in Wrath they can learn it at level 20, solving their mana issues really early on. There's also lower level and cost requirements for mounts. Mount cast time has been cut in half, and ground mounts can now swim. That is awesome. Not only that, but you don't need to wait to get your flying mount anymore. You can get it as early as level 60 now, and its flying speed has been increased to 150%, so it's really not a bad option at all if you can't afford that epic flying mount. Now, if you couldn't roll a caster back in the day because you could not stand spell pushback, you might want to reconsider now, because spells are only pushed back a maximum of twice at 0.5 seconds each time, and then after those 2 pushbacks, all hits will have no effect on your spell being cast, so you can only happen twice. It's really awesome. Now, there's also the Wrath XP squish from level 61 to 70, which means you'll need 30% less XP total, along with that 50% XP buff from all sources with Joyous Journeys until Wrath launch. Really, it's going to be some very smooth leveling. Again, if you miss out on it, don't sweat it, because heirloom gear is the solution. This can get you up to 25% bonus experience if you get all 3 pieces that increase your experience gains: the chest, the shoulder, and the ring. Now, the chest and shoulder can be bought for emblems from heroics, and the ring is earned from winning the Kalawak fishing derby. And if you're enjoying this video, I'd appreciate a like and a sub to help support the channel. Now in Wrath, getting around is also easier with a new Zeppelin connecting Thunder Bluff and Orgrimmar, which makes that trek much faster. And for the Alliance, a new boat connecting Stormwind and Darnassus, a much needed addition. I can't count the number of times I did a Dunmorrow skip, either from Barradin Bay or from the mountains, to avoid the long walk through the wetlands and Loch Modan. I mean, seriously, the journey from the Night Elf starting area to Elwyn Forest is a freaking adventure in and of itself. Now, on top of that, Hearthstones are now on a 30-minute cooldown instead of 1 hour, which is a very welcome quality of life change, allowing players to get twice as much use out of them. Potion stack size has also been increased to 20, which helps with your bag space, and summoning stones don't have level ranges anymore. You just need to be at least level 15. Now, besides the improved scaling and the new and improved talents, which generally just make your class much stronger and more complete in TBC, which makes leveling faster, easier, and more fun, there's also the new addition of glyphs, which you can pick up as you level to make your character even more fun and powerful. The first major and minor glyphs are unlocked as early as level 15, then at 20 you unlock a second major glyph, at 50 a second minor glyph, at 70 a third minor glyph, and finally at max level 80, you get the third major glyph, and all glyph slots are now unlocked. If you've always wanted to level a rogue but couldn't stand the fact that they couldn't use axes, in Wrath that changes. There's some sweet axes to grab while leveling, so this is an awesome change for all rogues. Also, when it comes to end game, Wrath is an expansion of really powerful axes. So you can go ahead on your rogue, learn how to use axes in either Ironforge or Orgrimmar. Rogues weren't the only class to get access to new weapon skills though. Druids can now learn how to use pole arms, which are also a great change for the same reason. You can learn how to use pole arms in Stormwind or Undercity. Now, there's also a new group finder tool, which can be used to find groups for dungeons, raids, quests, PvP, or even just to group with other players in your same zone. This tool is new and Blizzard's replacement for the bulletin board add-on and dungeon finder. All right, so those are basically some of the changes that make leveling just easier, better, quicker, faster, all of that. In this next section, I'm going to go through some tips and tricks to help speed up your leveling. Let's get started. So in Northrend, there are a lot of quests that actually require you to cross bodies of water. And if you aren't a Death Knight with Path of Frost or a Shaman with Water Walking, this is going to inevitably slow you down. Luckily, you can prepare for this by purchasing an elixir of water walking beforehand, so you can easily walk across the water to your quest objective. In Wrath, there was a change to allow water walking while mounted, so it's not only Death Knights who can speed across water now. Everyone can mount up, use that elixir, use that water walking. It's awesome. Now, besides water walking, you can also very cheaply acquire consumables such as well-fed buffs from food, flasks, and health and mana potions so that you can cut down on any downtime you might experience while leveling, prevent yourself from dying with those healing potions, etc. Now, if you're already level 70 just waiting for Wrath, there's a lot of preparation you can also do beforehand. You can have 25 quests complete, ready to turn in once the max level is raised. You'll want these quests to be as high level as possible from zones like Netherstorm, Shadowmoon Valley, or the Isle of Quel'Danas, so that right when Wrath launches, you can turn them all in at once and get a huge burst of experience. In an ideal setup, you could have all the Outland quests ready to turn in, go do the Quel'Danas daily quests, and then head to Northrend, and you've already gotten yourself a lot of XP before you even stepped into Northrend. Now, another important thing is to optimize your bags. It's a really good idea to have some good sized bags when leveling, so you never have to destroy items in order to pick up quest items. It's just slowing you down and even costing you silver or gold, since you could be vendoring or selling whatever you end up destroying from lack of space. Now, a good set of imbued netherweave bags only costs about 120 gold, depending on your server. Also, if you have a main character and are leveling an alt, there are a ton of quest items that you can purchase beforehand so that you can just turn it all in without farming. Things like the Green Hills of Stranglethorn pages, donations of wool, silk, mageweave, and rune cloth are all easy XP. Farming Jungle Remedy and STV can be a pain, so buying that ahead of time can be nice, and so on. There are lists online of all the quest items you can buy, so consider that if you really want to speed up your leveling. When it comes to dungeon grinding versus solo questing, it's unknown which will be faster in Wrath of the Lich King, so choose whichever method appeals to you the most and have fun with it. When it comes to add-ons, Questy is a must. It's so helpful in showing exactly where quests are completed, where mobs spawn, where objectives are to collect or interact with, and even shows you on a mouse over if a mob is for a quest. It's a great add-on. I highly recommend for leveling. It's fantastic. Another great add-on is Leatrix. It automates your vendoring. You have a minimized map, so you can actually navigate your character while looking at the map, and so much more. Leatrix is a game changer. Another favorite of mine is Bagnon and Bag Brother. These are amazing for combining your bags into just one big bag, which makes organization much easier. I also love TSM, which stands for Trade Skill Master, so you know exactly what items are selling for, so you can list them on the auction house, send them to your bank alt, keep them, not to vendor them, etc. And also, I love Pawn. This helps you compare items to find upgrades from quests, and also, if there's no upgrade, what to vendor when turning in a quest. Now, if you liked this video, you'll probably like my Wrath launch guide and preparation video. Check it out right above my head, and I will see you there.